So when we are talking about just this aspect of an eating disorder, again, sin disorders our loves. Our hopes are often misplaced. Our functional saviors are often different than what we proclaim, even as a believer, to know and knowledge and concept that Jesus is where I find my worth. I'm often functioning out of a different savior mentality that is based on self-sufficiency or my own efforts. And I think some of the eating disorder elements are influenced by that. Not all of them, right? There's a lot of mitigating factors. There's a lot of influencers and variables that might be playing in for anybody struggling with an eating disorder. But there is a worship issue that we want to acknowledge, that we want to orient our lives around the greater hope and the more stable and steady promise of the finished work of Christ, so that when my weaknesses are revealed, I know that God's perfect power is made evident in my weakness. I don't have to be afraid of my weakness. I don't have to be afraid of flaws and imperfections. We can hide ourselves in the promises of Christ. And so as we labor and toil in this battle, we fight the good fight of faith. And I think an eating disorder is sometimes an opportunity for us to, again, remember that there is a war waging against our affections and our allegiance and what has ultimate authority and influence in my life. And fighting the good fight of faith in 1 Timothy 4 and 6, it's from the Greek word agos, which is an agony. There is a struggle, there's a battle happening. And so I just want to recognize, as we process these ideas and the effects of disordered eating and body dysmorphia, anorexia, bulimia, binging, purging, all of these areas where we might be looking for comfort or escape or to regulate our emotions that we are having a hard time regulating. All of those places are where we have to wage war against the flesh and against the lies of the enemy, where we're either thinking less of ourselves and we're going inferior, or we're thinking more of ourselves and we're going superior. To get an accurate sense of self is where we look to Jesus. We fix our eyes on him, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him scorned the cross and scorned shame. Jesus bore our shame so we don't have to live under the weightiness and the crushing weight of culture's shame that tells us we should be a certain way.